Hi all, welcome to NK Educational Platform. Today we are going to have a look at the approaches to balance of payments. Approaches to balance of payments. And first of all we can look at the traditional approach to balance of payments. Traditional approach. Traditional approach. The government can undertake various policy alternatives to overcome the balance of payments problem. So the government can undertake various alternative policy options to overcome the balance of payments from disequilibrium. Assuming a fixed exchange rate. Here, assuming a fixed exchange rate. Assume there is a fixed exchange rate system. And the current account in balance of payments records a persistent deficit. To overcome the situation, the government can undertake various policy measures to overcome the situation. Let's have a look at the policies. So under traditional approach to balance payments, there are mainly three policy options to overcome the balance of payments under traditional approach. The first one is expenditure changing policy. Expenditure changing policies. Second is expenditure switching policy. Expenditure switching policies. And third one is direct controls. So under traditional approach, there are three policy options under traditional approach to correct balance of payment disequilibrium. So first of all, we can look at the expenditure changing policy. Under expenditure changing policy, the expenditure on the economy is reduced. The expenditure on the economy is reduced through deflation and a corresponding reduction in the expenditure on imports. So what is happening in the expenditure changing policy? The expenditure on the economy is reduced through deflation and a corresponding reduction in expenditure on imports. So this is the expenditure changing policy. So to cure the deficit in the balance of payments, the government has to undertake contractionary fiscal and monetary policies to effectuate a reduction in the spending on imports. Measures like reduction in public expenditure, contractionary monetary policies, increase in taxation, and increase in rate of interest. These all lead to a reduction in the national income of the country. So with the fall in national income, the expenditure on imports will also fall. Thus imports gets reduced with these measures. The absorption approach of Professor Alexander also implies the same phenomena, that is reduction in the domestic expenditure or absorption. It helps in reducing the balance of payments disequilibrium. So this can be shown from a simple national accounting model as follows. Look at the following equation, that is y is equal to c plus I plus g plus x minus m. Here national income is equal to consumption plus investment plus government expenditure plus export minus import. X is export, m is equal to import. Here C plus I plus D is the domestic expenditure. And X minus M is the DOT. That is difference of the trade. That is export minus import. So this C plus I plus D is the domestic expenditure and X minus M is the DOT or balance of trade. Now we can write this C plus I plus G as A and X minus M, that is DOT, as B. Okay. Now we can write this equation E as y is equal to A plus or minus b. Now we can subtract a from both sides. That is y minus a is equal to b. b is equal to y minus a. That is y is national domestic income and a is domestic expenditure. So balance of trade is the difference. This equation can be explained as follows. That is BOT is the difference between domestic income and domestic expenditure. That is y is equal to y, that is national income, and a here is the domestic expenditure. So BOT is the difference between y and a, that is domestic income and domestic expenditure. So b is equal to y minus a, or b that is balance of trade. It is the difference between national income and domestic expenditure. Question is b is equal to y minus a. Okay, and when a domestic expenditure is greater than domestic income, that is a greater than y, there will be a deficit in balance of payments. So if a is greater than y, that is domestic expenditure is greater than domestic income, there is a deficit in balance of payments. So it means that the economy is absorbing more, that is the economy is spending more on imports. Hence the economy will be facing a trouble in balance of payments equilibrium. So when a is greater than y, it faces deficit in balance of payments. When a is greater than y, there is deficit in balance of payments, is it? So to correct this situation, or to bring equilibrium in balance of payments, it is necessary to increase y or reduce domestic expenditure. Either to increase y or reduce a, that is public expenditure. So increasing income is not a easy way to correct balance of payments disequilibrium, and the solution here is only reducing a, that is domestic expenditure. So reduction in public expenditure method is better than increasing in income. Now coming to the second method of correcting balance of payments disequilibrium under traditional approach, it is the expenditure switching policy. Under this policy, there is no need to cut expenditure, but to switch the expenditure from import substitution in the domestic market. So to switch the expenditure to import substitution in the domestic market. This method, it promotes export. This is an export promotion method. So under this expenditure switching policy, there is no need to cut expenditure, but to switch the expenditure to import substitution in the domestic market. This method, it promotes export promotion. The import substitution can be encouraged through devaluation, high tariffs, etc., and thereby reducing the import. And exports can be promoted by giving export subsidies, thereby lowering the price of exports, etc. The absorption approach as well as the elasticities approach both have immense faith in devaluation as a means of correcting balance of payment disequilibrium. The elasticities approach, however, assumes that devaluation can be useful in balancing the balance of trade at any equilibrium condition of the economy, whether it is under employment or it is in full employment level. The absorption approach, on the other hand, it mentions that devaluation works completely only when there is a reduction in domestic expenditure. That means there should be a contractionary fiscal or monetary policies. Then only this devaluation can be useful in correcting balance of trade. We can look at the third way of controlling balance of payment disequilibrium, that is direct controls. To avoid the unhappy consequences of deflationary policies, government may adopt direct controls in correcting the deficit in the balance of payments. Under this direct control, there are certain measures which help in correcting balance of payments. That is, first one is tariffs, import quotas, and exchange control. Third one, exchange control. So these are the three methods that comes under direct controls of correcting deficit in the balance of payments. So in this class, we discuss about the traditional approach to balance of payments disequilibrium, and we learn about the expenditure changing policy, expenditure switching policy, direct controls and all. And this traditional approach is mainly based on the assumption of fixed exchange rate and the central bank policy to prevent the effects of disequilibrium in the balance of payments and all. So this traditional approach, these measures were non-existent now. They were not in practice now actually. So this is the traditional approach.